Okay, hey guys, it's 3LD Printing here, and this tutorial is going to be on how to control an LCD by using an Arduino Uno. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the diagram, and this shows basically the circuit that you're going to plug into your Arduino Uno to get it to work. So, don't worry about Redboard, it's just a different manufacturer. It worked just as well with Arduino Uno, same code and everything. And then this potentiometer, doesn't matter where you put the positive and the negative, it works just fine as long as the middle jumper cable is connected to the third one on the LCD. So I recommend that you take a screenshot of this for later use in case you need to double check the circuit or something's not working. Then, okay, I think we're good here. I'm going to go on to the coding. So, coding, first thing you start all Arduino program is the void setup. Most people should know. And void loop isn't part of this tutorial, but you're going to need to know how to do this and know what it is. So, there's 3 main keywords that you're going to be using in every single LCD program that you're going to do. First one is #include liquid crystal .h, and make sure that you spell liquid crystal right, because then if you don't, then it won't import the right library. So what this does is this tells the Arduino to include the library liquid crystal, which allows you to control the LCD, and you don't need a semicolon. The next one is liquid crystal LCD 12-11 or comma 5, 4, 3, and 2. And what this does is this tells the Arduino what pins your LCD is connected into. So if you use the diagram that I showed you at the beginning of this video, then you'll see that it is the same pins, 12, 11, 5, 4, 3, and 2. So then there's one more keyword that you're always going to use. It is LCD.begin and then 16-2. This is the dimensions of your LCD. So mine is a 16,2, and most people that get it is most likely going to be a 16,2. If you have a different one, then write the dimensions for that one. And another note is that if you're going to write something to the LCD itself, most of the time it's going to start with LCD and then dot. So that's the main things that you're almost always going to have when you make an LCD program. And before you even do anything, you should write this out. This should be your base. And I'm just going to make sure that this is correct. Save it. Just make sure that this is the right program, and I'm not saying anything that's not right. Okay. Now I'm going to say the 3 other code that the 3 other different lines of code that you're going to be using to actually write the stuff to the LCD. So first off, starts with LCD.clear, which is pretty self-explanatory. Clears the LCD of anything that's already on it. Next one is LCD.setCursor. And this sets the cursor of the LCD, which is kind of self-explanatory too, but first thing is that it's going to be 0, 0. And one thing that can confuse people is that the LCD, the first box in the LCD isn't going to be 1, it's going to be 0. So if I wanted to put it on the line under the first one, I would actually have to write it as 1. So in this case, I'm going to use 0 because this is the dimension of the first box. So the next one is LCD.print, and this writes to the LCD. This tells the LCD what to say. In this case, let's say first vid or something. You can use pretty much any character, unless you're not hitting like F8 or something. That won't work. Okay, then yeah. So if you sent this to the LCD, it should work, but the thing is, it would be flickering. It would flicker a lot, and it would go like on and off, and the reason for that is because it's clearing it and then it's printing, and it's doing that really fast. So one way to prevent it from doing that is actually making a delay for, doesn't matter how much. In this case, I'll do 5,000 milliseconds or 5 seconds, and that would prevent that from happening. It would clear, it would set the cursor, it would print, and it would wait 5 seconds. So another way to do this is actually to use a state machine, which I'm not going to show in this tutorial, but if anybody wants to see it, then say it in the comments and I'll make sure to make one. Or make a video on a state machine. So yeah, if I want to extend this, say first vid, thanks for watching, or something like that, it wouldn't be under 16 characters. So I would say first vid and then thanks for, and then I'd set the cursor to, in this case, 0-1. So this would basically put the cursor on the line below. So I would say thanks for, and then you'd print out the rest. Thanks for watching, or don't forget watching. There we go. And I'm gonna put it. Okay, so one thing to keep in mind is that if you're going to write something to the LCD, it's gonna have to be in quotation marks. Pretty obvious. And yeah, I guess so. I'm gonna add a delay here. So if I were to send this to the Arduino, it would clear, it would set the cursor, it would say first vid, thanks for, it set the cursor, and then it would say LCD.print watching. So it would say first vid, thanks for, and then under that it would say watching. And at the end of the vid, I'll post a picture or a video of this actually working, and then it would delay. So this is all you're really going to need to know if you're going to be using the LCD for any Arduino projects. I mean, there's some other things that you can use, like there's fancy ways to use cursors, and there's other sorts of things like that, but I'm not going to be teaching that because you're not really going to need to know it to print things. This is basically all you're really going to need to know. And don't forget these 3 things, it won't work without it. So I'm going to post the rest of some videos and pictures of the LCD, and that's coming up. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.